Hi everyone, this week we've got the third and final part of the work we carried out over at Thomas Towers. So it's board on, second fixing and some testing. Now I'm going to send this over in 2 videos. The whole thing pans out at around 40 minutes, so I'm going to cut it into upload one tonight and one tomorrow night. So you're getting 2 bouts of 22 minutes, 2 segments I guess. Unless you're watching at some point in the future, in which case it'll just be in the playlist. Okay guys, without any more messing around, let's jump straight into the first video. So let's have a look at the board now. Schneider unit, quite a big one, I think it's a 12-way. Just having a quick look at the, obviously some of the documentation for these now is rapidly becoming out of date, but I just come across this. It says installation protected by device automatic switch off supply, the fault develops. And then it just says danger, hazard of electric shock, explosion or arc flash. Test quarterly by pressing the button. Mark TO test. I know you can all read this, but I just thought that was quite a strange RCD label notice thing. And that's obviously their own stuff. And I'm not quite sure. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to stick that on. I'll put the new 6-month RCD sticker on. So one thing I'm going to be using is some waste pipe just to pack it off the wall there. Simple kind of plan just to space the consumer unit, space the board off the wall so I can get the cables up the back and get them boxed in nice and neatly. Got them all cut now, all the ends of waste pipes and stuff, and you can see how they fit nicely over the little holes there. Now, obviously they are packed off already on the board, but that's no way enough to start getting cables up. My cables are going to be coming up here through these knockouts, and so the board will be there, stood off the wall. So I've knocked the top out there, and that's where the tails gland is going to go in. It's going to go right in the top, straight into the isolator. Knock the back knockouts out. Remember this stuff? A lot of boards come with it, and they kind of give it you as a token gesture, but you can actually buy it separately on meter lengths. I've got about 5 meters of it in the van, and it helps protect the cables when you're going through metal boards like this. So I'm going to put it around there, tape it to the side so that it can't come off. Just put a bit of tape on it, I'll show you. And then when the cables go through there, there's no kind of, not going to get disturbed or start cutting themselves against the sides of the metal. I mean, this isn't too sharp, but it's metal at the end of the day, and we certainly don't want mechanical protection against metal. So I'm going to be using some of this to help solve that problem. Right, there they are, in now. You can see from the inside of the board how they look. And on the back, doesn't really matter or anything what they look like on the back, but you can see that there's clearly, I've taped them on because sometimes when you're pulling the cables through like this, it just pops off, and by the time you've got all the cables through, it ends up being in the board, and it's quite irritating and annoying, frustrating to put it back in there. And yeah, so I've learned to put a bit of tape on the back. Board going on there, and you can't see anything from there, obviously with the front on and all that. It still looks okay, and you've looked after all the cables on the way into the board. Let's get it on now. Right, slight change of plan. We're no longer using these spacer washer things to pack it out. You can see I've tried to put it on there, but the bottom here, I seem to have hit a mortar bed, so you can't get a fixing in there. It's just the plug's just spinning around. So what I'm going to do instead, we're going to use these timber battens, going to be going there and there, and that'll pack it off the required amount that I need. Just about there, okay. Y'all seen one of these before? If you can't get your pencil in, shove that down, it'll put a line exactly where you need it. So we just cover up. I've marked up, I don't know if you can see, there's lines here, and I've come up from the brickwork, and that's the centre of a brick there. So I know each one of those lines is the centre of a brick, so I'll get a good fixing basically. So if I hold that there, I'm actually going to use a level. If I hold that there, a couple of test runs. You see what I did there? Just kind of 2 green marks, so I know now to drill there. Get that one fixed and we'll get the other one fixed. Couple of brown planks. So with the timber batten going on there, obviously I don't need the screws to be nice and flush because the consumer unit itself has a kind of a ridge in it so that it'll stand it off the timber anyway. However, I always just give it a bit of a countersink with a countersink. Just kind of sink the screws in a bit further. You'll see what I mean here. So the screw's kind of hidden in the timber there, you know, it's not proud stuck out or anything. I'm drawing in the timber now because I'm going to pilot the timber because I don't want it to split. I just go sinking a big 4-inch screw through that, or even a 2-inch screw. Inches, aren't you in millimetres? You know what I mean. If I just go sinking a screw into that, because it's so close to the edge, it'll split. I'll lose all the secureness in the fixing, and we're back to square one. So I'm going to go ahead and pilot these now. Small little pilot bit. I'm not quite sure. Is it 1/4 inch? Not quite sure what this is. It's like a 3mm or something. 4. So basically now, screw washer into timber, timber into brickwork, nice solid fixing, still level. I don't usually have the drill set up like this, it's just because I can get into the board properly without smashing MCBs. You can see if I had, without the extension on, if I had just a little stubbier version, I'd be in there smashing all the MCBs up, breaking the connections up here and plastic and stuff. So it's just, it packs me out, makes me, I can drill up here, back here, out the way of all the equipment and stuff. So that's why I'm using the extension. I'm out to CEF now, CEF next to Screwfix here, all the way over in Chadderton. And that was just to pick up this tails gland. One of the complaints I had to Screwfix was that they do not sell tails. They do sell tails glands. They do sell them, but the next day. If you order it Monday, you get it Tuesday. That's absolutely no good to people who've got work to do and jobs to get on with and get paid. So because you want to just go into the place and pick this up and walk off, which is what CF are amazing for. They usually have a lot of stock in. We've also got some long, wide trunking from there that these guys, they do it, but it's next day and it's twice the price of CF. So I'm not completely against CF. I'm going to go home, well, back to the job now and get some coffee. Right, we've got the gland now. That's going to go in the top for the tails, and they'll go down to the meter there. And then I'm just going to get the trunking in now, and that'll come up the side here. We'll get all the cables kind of pushed up there and terminated into the board. Just hammering these things flat because I want to use them as washers basically for the trunking, the 100mm trunking box that we're going to throw all the cables in. So I'll put the screws through there and clip them into the trunking. Oh dear. Right, there's the trunking on, fixed tightly going up there, and that will allow the cables to come up and through here and terminate into the MCBs. Now I'm not going to bore you with yet another board change, board update, board installation video, even sped up. I think it's we've all seen boards now. I might do another one or two at some point, just for show. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to stop and put a few clips in, and you'll see the progress of the board as I install it in bits and pieces. Just put the tails in and all the rest of it. That way, it's not just a big long ass video of a sped up video of me fitting this, which you've all seen. So with that said, I'll get on with this. I've explained to you exactly what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. So I'll just start jumping in now and commenting when I need to. Right, well the first thing I wanted to just show you is a lot of the circuits are made off, cut back and terminated like this. That's because one or two have been in use, and the other lot have just been, one or two circuits have been in use for lighting and general temporary sockets, and then the other circuits are in the kitchen where we've had appliances fitted and screwed back and all the rest of it. I've tested the cables before that's happened, as well. The same with the lights. Before we do any kind of second fixing, permanent second fixing, I like to get the testing side of things done, write the results down, and then obviously I've got that for when I put it up in here. It also saves on the amount of testing I have to do at board changing time or board fitting time. So it's I have a few circuits to do, like upstairs and stuff, with the dead tests, and then the majority of them will become live tests, you know, so polarity, RCD, ZS, that kind of thing. It does make for a perfect kind of flat bench there, you know, cup holder kind of thing, and I'm sure I could manufacture some kind of device for my, I mean, it's not too bad with this cup, but you know, the thermos cups, nice hanging one. Quite safe as well, it's not even live yet. I've kind of got the tails in, I'm not tightening them up yet. I'm just getting the earthing conductor in now, which is obviously a little bit tight. Rubber gland doing its job. You can see there's labelling underneath here on the underneath of the unit. They want the connection to be only here, so I don't have too far to travel. I'll just bend it round a little bit, make it a little bit tidier and connect it up in there, and then we'll zip tie all this down, and that goes down up towards the meter. Right, that's the earth terminal, or earth conductor terminated properly. Now, one thing you cannot do is tighten things up with this. You can't tighten these terminals up with an impact driver. That's absolutely ridiculous, and I've seen it been done at various places, not by anyone reputable. However, what you can do is unscrew some of the screws of this, put it on reverse, and it just makes for a quicker. So they're all ready now to receive the corresponding CPCs now, and at the end there, some bonding. I think the next tool I need to buy is a torque screwdriver. Because what I normally do is I just kind of put it in there, connect it up, get a screwdriver, and just swinging it with every single sinew in my body until it's tight, until I believe I know I've made a good connection. What I don't want to do is over tighten the screw, break the isolator, break any terminal really. But yeah, I'm happy with that now. Right, it's not going too bad. A few circuits in, obviously, on the right here. Just looping the lines around. Got some trunking going on, any more cables going through there. A zip tie through the washer. And a zip tie all goes up at the bottom there. If you can even see that, not sure. Also, what else are we up to now? We've got a bit of a list down here as to where things are going to go. So downstairs sockets, where are they at? Right, the normal light I use, the little lead light, little LED one, that red one, it's died. Battery's dead. Apparently I didn't have it charged, plugged in the van. Anyway, I'm using now the, I won't show you, you can hardly see it, but it's the Slide King, that one. slide, there you go. And it's got, you know, various functions to it, but one of the main things is that it slides up. It's got a magnet on it, so I can just put that there. Now I'm not sure what the battery life is like in this, so I'm going to get a bit of a move on. I've got a couple more torches and stuff in the van, but yeah, so as you can see, I'm on this RCD now, just terminating these ones, and yeah, it's coming along okay. Okay, so pretty much on there now. A few things to explain. Can you see me okay? No, see the board, that's the main thing. A few things to explain before this torch dies as well. Now obviously I have the neutral bar covers to connect up to this side, that side, but with me still having still a couple of circuits to test here. I think the downstairs sockets, I still need to test that, so I'm going to pull them out, and the smoke alarm as well, the smoke alarm circuit, and I think the outside lights. So I'm going to disconnect the outside lights. They're not even connected second fix, so I'm going to pull them out, wiggle them up, test the smoke, test the sockets, and yeah, and then once everything is second fixed and the testing's complete, or at least the dead testing, we can then power up and get on with the live testing. I'm going to get off now because this torch is about to die really. Yeah, everything's powered up to here, so yeah, hopefully if I turn this on, everything should be good. Right, that's the first video of part 3 over and done with. The boards on, most of the testing's been done. We had some second fixing already in place there, so I had to test as I was going. Next video, which will be with you within the next 48 hours. With that one, I'll have the second fixing. There's some more second fixing to be done upstairs, and also some more testing. I've saved a bit of testing just for video and to show you guys the procedure and the way I go about it. Okay, so coming to you soon, part 2, part of 3. Okay, whatever. Okay guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.